Let's introduce Chapter 4, which deals with compound meter. In Chapter 2, you learned about simple and compound division of beats. Chapter 3, we concentrated on the simple meters. This is found on page 71 in your textbook. Meters in which the beats are divided into two parts. In this chapter, we will learn about compound meters. Meters in which the beats are divided into three parts. Compound meters have meter signatures with a 6, 9, or 12 in the upper numbers. We see 6, 8, 9, 8, 12, 8. We will begin with these. Each of these numbers is divisible by 3. And again, the principle for figuring out how many beats in a measure, what note gets one count, it's the same as a simple meter. So you take your top number, there is a 6, there will be 6 beats in a measure, and the 8th note will get one count. Now that's the thing that we need to make sure that we remember. In compound meter, generally the 8th note will get one beat. There can be other ones, but in this particular one, we're going to be using 6, 8, 9, 8, and 12, 8. So we will go ahead and put in a measure of 6 eighth notes. And the reason that I've put this beam together, and you've learned that particular term, it's easy to see the groupings of 3 eighth notes. So this is one measure in 6, 8. In a 9, 8, you would have 3 groupings. And this is going to be helpful when we figure out how to count and feeling the pulse of music. And in 12, 8, you will have 4 groups of eighth notes. Now the reason that you want to know that you're divided by 3, notice how many groupings of eighth notes I have in each one of these. I have 1, 2. Here I have 3. And here I have 4. This basically indicates how many pulses there are. If you know some songs in 6, 8, I think of this song. He is exalted, the King is exalted on high. Accent. He is exalted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In 9, 8, you could think of something like blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, bum, 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 bum. So each of these would represent like a pulse. And if I were tapping my feet to a 6, 8 time, I wouldn't tap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. I would tap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. In the same way in 12, 8. And so the way that we would write our counts underneath this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Right. 6 beats in a measure, and the 8th note gets one count. So you're going to have to remember that in simple time, the note that got one count was the quarter note. But in compound time, the 8th note gets one count. So what you have to do is you have to look at the beginning of the piece and look to see what the meter signature is. And this will help you to know whether it's simple time or compound time.